We all know them. They're those athletes that seem to come out of nowhere and dominate their sports. The odds seem to be stacked against them, but in spite of everything, they beat all of the odds. So what do these phenomenal athletes have in common? Not just practice, but before they can do all that practice, they have to change their mindset. Their very mindset, the way they think about themselves in the sport, make a phenomenal difference in how well they do on the court, off the court, and in life. And as educators, one of the main things that we're going to have to do, if we want our students to step up to the plate, bring their A game to the ball game, is we have to start with us. We have to change our very mindsets. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, if you're new here, I'm LaWanda Shields that took your classrooms, and this is my space for my fellow teachers, homeschool moms, and or homeschool dads. And today we're talking about mindset, how our mindset influences what we do, how we perform, and how we perform influences how our students perform in our classroom. So one of the first things we're going to tell you about mindset, the first thing you have to do is begin to see yourself achieving what it is you want. As I said in another video, you have to begin to reverse engineer. Figure out what you want first. Know what you're trying to accomplish with your students and with yourself, and then formulate a plan on how you're going to accomplish it. Second, begin to visualize yourself having what you say you want. Begin to see yourself with that thing, whether it's having 100% proficiency with all of your students or 100% growth, whatever it is, begin to visualize how you would look when you have this. Think about how you would feel and begin to feel those feelings. Begin to transform yourself into the type of teacher that has accomplished that goal. Begins all in your mind. And once you begin to see yourself getting it, once you formulate your plan on getting it, then you can begin to become comfortable with getting it. And you begin to act in ways that are going to ensure that you get it. Sounds crazy, sounds a little complicated, but it's really not. It's almost like manifestation. This would probably be the world's equivalent of manifestation. You get what you believe you're going to get. So as educators, we're going to have to change our mindset. And the other thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to begin to talk just like we have it already. We're going to have to say, my students are number one. My students are on top. We're not going to be able to sit here and constantly talk about who's not performing, what they're not doing, how they're not acting the way I need them to act. Instead, we're going to begin to talk about them in the same tone, the same voice, with the same enthusiasm we would talk about them with if they had accomplished what we want them to accomplish, because they are going to perform to the level of our expectations. If you have not watched my video on teacher expectations and student performance, be sure that you do that. I'm going to leave a link to it down in the descriptions below. Also, if you have not given this video a like, a thumbs up, please go ahead and do that at this time. Don't forget to subscribe, because you don't want to miss any more videos that I'm pushing out on teacher tips and hacks. And today we're talking about changing teacher mindset and changing teacher outcome and expectations. So let's get back into the video. What your goals are. Write down what your expectations are. And every day when you get up, before you head into your classroom, begin to read those things to yourself. Read them out loud. Don't just say them in your mind. Begin to speak them out loud. And as you begin to speak them out loud, you'll notice that your mindset begins to change. And the more your mindset begins to change, the more your conversations will begin to change. And the more your conversations will begin to change, the more the way you talk to your students will begin to change, and they will begin to buy into it too. So begin to change your mindset and watch the transformation take place. I'm not asking you to do anything fantastic. I'm not asking you to do anything drastic. But think of yourself sort of as a car salesman would. When you go to a car lot to buy a car, the salesman is going to come out that door and meet you, sometimes even before you can get out of the car. And he's going to begin to ask you some questions, and he's going to begin to sell you on a car that he wants to get sold off of that lot. So you as an educator are going to have to be sort of like that car salesman. You're going to have to meet your students at that door, meet your students where they are, and begin to sell them on the fact that they can do what you ask them to do, and that they're going to step up to their performance level, and they're going to transform your classroom into the type of classroom that you need it to be. And it all begins with you and your mindset. So again, this was LaWanda Shields, Took Your Classroom, talking about teacher mindset. And I'll see you guys in the next video.